Hi, my name is Misty. Welcome back to my channel. So today the topic is I have 15 questions to ask before making any purchases. Now, I have to do this myself. So I wrote down 15 questions. And the first one is, do I need it or just want it? Now, a lot of times when we go to the store, even if it's just grocery shopping, usually you make a list but even sometimes we can fall off track. And I'm the type of person that if I see something, I want it. I just want it. I just need to have it. But I'm learning to ask myself, do I really need it? And most of the time, it's no. The things that we need, like I always ask myself, I make a list and I go into each room and I ask myself, okay, we're in the bathroom. What do I need? And I make a list. Do we need shampoo? Do we need soap? Do we need toothpaste? You go to the bedroom, you go to all areas of your house and say, is there anything that I absolutely need, not want, but actually can use? So there's my first question. My second one is, can I borrow it? Now, most of the time, people will let you borrow. And the good place to borrow things is from the library too. So if you think about wanting to purchase magazines or books or movies or anything like that, the good place to go to is the library. But like, let's say you want a different board game and you have friends and they have board games and maybe you switch, board games or you borrow. Or if somebody, get to know your neighbors. If somebody has a tool that you need, will they let you borrow it? But I'm going to tell you something. If you borrow something, you need to give it back in good condition in the way that it was found and left, because if you ruin something and you borrow something, they will never let you borrow anything again. Trust me. Can I barter for it? So not a lot of people do this anymore, but bartering is a great way to help your neighbors out, your families out. Hey, I've got chickens and eggs over here and you're growing cabbage. Can I have some cabbage for some eggs? Hey, I know how to knit and sew, and the other person knows how to bake. I'll bake you something if you sew this hole in my jeans, or you know what I mean? So bartering is just another great way to help you. Um, can I get it used? So for instance, if you're looking for a car, something like that, can it be used in good condition? Can you go to the thrift store to get something, to find something? Second hand is always the best way to find something first before you buy something new. If you cannot find what you're looking for, that being used, then you need to save for the purchase of something new. But always look for something second hand, because more than likely you will find what you need. And trust me, these are things that I do. So I wouldn't be telling you anything if I didn't do it. Can I get by without it? Before you make a purchase, you really have to ask yourself this question: can I live without it? Can I get by without it for a while? And you can make a list and write things down and then be like, let me see how long I can hold off. Now, holding off is just another great way to save more money. So see how long you can hold off before purchasing something. Can I pay cash for it? Not a lot of people do this anymore. Not a lot of people pay cash. They're so quick to swipe the card, and before you know it, you don't. And a lot of people don't pay attention to what's in their account. You have to make sure that what you're making and what is going out matches up. Or what you want to do too is what you're making versus what you're spending, because it could get way out of hand if you are not watching in those areas, and before you know it, you have nothing left in your account. So if you could pay something in cash, like say for instance grocery shopping, give yourself a budget. Say, okay, I only have $50 this week. Well, you take $50 in cash, you put it in your envelope or your wallet, and you say, this is all I have for the week, and make sure that that's all you use is that $50. Is it budgeted for? So that goes back to, what we were talking about before. Save, 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 save. Budget for it. If it's not in the budget, then obviously, you can't, I can't purchase anything if it's not in the budget. There's been so many times that I have had to hold back on something because it's just not in the budget. Trust me, I know it's hard. It is so hard when you really want something and you can't have it. It can get sad, it can get depressing, when you really want something and can't have it. But that's where the budgeting comes into play, and make sure. And you know what? I don't care if it takes 6 months for you to save up for something. When you save up for it and you finally get that item, it is so rewarding at the end of the day because you're more excited for that item. Um, and so yeah, so make sure it's in the budget, and because if it's not, trust me, it can go wrong on so many ways. Um, Ask yourself, do you really need it right now? Goes back to just what we were talking about. Do you really need it? Hold off for a while, okay? More than likely you're really not. If you go somewhere today and you see something and you're like, I really want that. Think about it. Why do you want that object? Do you really have to have it right then and there? Can you hold off for a while? Do I already own something similar? Okay, so this is question number 9. So look around your house and see if you have something similar. Here's the thing. Us ladies with hygiene products and makeup and things like that, if you go to the store and you already have 10 bars of soap in your cabinet like I do you really need to go buy more soap? No. You already have 10 bars. Use up those bars before you go and buy more soap. So make sure you ask yourself, do you already own something similar? Because more than likely you don't need to be tripling and quadrupling and accumulating more and more and more. Number 10, why do I want to buy this? So why do you want to buy this? More than likely, you just want to buy it because at that point, it makes you happy. It's kind of like a drug, like an adrenaline. It's like you're on that high of the excitement of purchasing something, but then once you purchase it and you get home, the fun's over, and then you want to go back and do it again. So really ask yourself why you want to buy this item, and is it a useful item? Number 11, am I getting the best deal? Before you purchase anything, you make sure you know what you're purchasing and are you getting the best deal. Make sure you shop around. Make sure you go to 4 to 5 different places. Make sure you call different places. When we were doing our roof, we called I don't know how many roof companies before we were able to get the best deal. Does it take time and work? Absolutely, but it's worth it if it's going to save you hundreds of dollars in the long run. Number 12, is it on my approved buy list? Do I approve of it? More than likely, when you go and you make your list, more than likely you're going to start marking things off. A lot of times I don't even approve. So make sure you approve of it, okay? Make sure it's something that you really want. How much did I have to work to earn this is number 13. So think about all the time you spent at work and how tired you are and the effort that it puts into making that check. And then you're just going to go and blow it. So really think about that. Think about how hard you worked. And then, hey, if you want to purchase something, make sure like all of the above, make sure you want it, you need it. Do you really need to have it? Can you save for something bigger? So make sure your time is valuable. So make sure you ask yourself that question before you purchase anything, because a lot of people work 40, 50, 60, 70 hours, and it's tiring and it's exhausting. Don't go and blow your money the minute you get a paycheck, because no. Number 14, how often will you use it? So I always have to ask myself, how often am I actually going to use the purchase, right? So obviously, if you buy a big purchase like a car, you're going to use it. You have to get from point A to point B. If you buy a bus ticket, and you don't have a vehicle, you're going to use it. So make sure if you get a gym membership, if you purchase anything, make sure you're going to use it, because if you don't, then that was just a waste of money. And Number 15, would I rather put the money elsewhere? Now, this is a big question because you can make a bunch of little purchases here and there and blow your money like on little things like coffee, and I used to blow money on coloring books and all this stuff. But my big purchase is maybe you want to go on vacation once a year, so you're saving all year for that vacation to make memories and stuff like that. Maybe you want a new house or a vehicle. You're saving up for retirement. Make sure you are saving up for the bigger items, not for the little bitty things. Because the little bitty things, let me tell you something. This is what I found. The going for walks on trails that are free, going to the library that is free, visiting with family and friends is free, reading your Bible is free. Do a lot of free things to save up for those bigger items. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it helped. These are the things that I do. If you haven't yet, please subscribe, hit the like button, the notification, and let me know in the comments below if you do any of these, if you're going to ask yourself these questions, or if you have any other questions. I'd like to hear from you below. All right. Thanks, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.